You already know this, you just forgot. Life isn't a goddamn maths test, it's jazz. You don't pause mid-solo to measure every note. You ride the rhythm. Try to dissect the music, and the song dies on the autopsy table. Same with flow, same with influence, same with living. How do you already do this? When you walk, you don't calculate angles and force vectors. You trust your legs. You wobble, fall, correct. That's unconscious feedback learning. When you talk, you don't consciously script every word. You vibe, you guess, you adjust. That's pacing and leading, baked into the nervous system. When you laugh with a friend, you mirror their breath, their tone, their gestures. That's rapport without trying. See, you already hypnotize and influence. You've been running unconscious NLP since you were 2 years old. So how can you do it in new ways? One, influence. Watch someone's blink rate, match it. Then slow yours until theirs follows. That's pacing and leading. One, connection. Repeat back their words with a slight reframe. Turn "I'm stressed" into "you've been carrying a lot of energy." The brain hears understanding, then softens. Want control of state. Anchor joy to a movement. Smile wide. Fist pump. Recall a win. Next time you're spiraling, trigger it. Your nervous system, it doesn't know the difference. So why is this so important? Because life punishes overthinkers. Science calls it analysis paralysis. Your prefrontal cortex slamming the brakes on intuition. You hesitate, loop, stall, meanwhile. Flow junkies, athletes, jazz musicians, improv comics. They let the limbic system ride shotgun, and their timing looks superhuman. Positive trajectory, trust intuition. You catch synchronicities like a surfer catching waves. Decisions sharpen, rapport deepens, humour flows. Life feels orchestrated. Negative trajectory, keep clutching, keep measuring, and you burn out. Endless loops of, am I right? Did I do enough? What if I fail? That's spiritual stagnation, wearing a busy work mask. If you ignore rapport, you stay lonely. If you ignore state control, you stay a slave to moods. If you ignore intuition, you miss signals that life keeps screaming at you. That's karma, not mystical judgment, just cause and effect. Touch fire, get burned, ignore flow, drown in static. The science of why this works. Neural networks. They consolidate during rest. Constant checking interrupts consolidation. That's why overthinking wrecks learning. Mirror neurons, they fire when you act, and when you see someone act. That's why rapport feels like magic. It's brain hardware syncing. State-dependent memory. Your emotional state, it dictates what resources you can access. Controlled state. You can unlock different versions of yourself. So why are you afraid? Because people might reject it. They might misinterpret it. They might think you're manipulative, but listen. You're already influencing. Every shrug, every glance, every sigh influences. Pretending you're not is cowardice. Own it, and you'll shape it with integrity. Hide from it, and you leak power unconsciously. The patterns that keep you stuck, waiting for permission, needing certainty before acting, mistaking perfection for progress, clutching comfort zones while complaining about stagnation. These are the parasites of potential. They drain flow, crush intuition, and keep you locked in circles. Right now, you believe you need to understand before you do. That's pacing, and it's true. You want clarity. But here's the lead. Real understanding, it only comes from doing, from guessing, testing, failing forward. Every toddler knows this. Every musician knows this. Every athlete knows this. So link it. Your identity isn't the analyzer. It's the improviser. You're not chasing arrival. You're the arrival. People land in your field. You set the rhythm. Stop trying to clutch the steering wheel of life like a terrified driver on black ice. You're not meant to control the road. You're meant to surf it. Every time you let go of measuring, every time you trust your gut, every time you riff instead of freeze, flow opens, influence deepens, rapport builds, intuition spikes. You're not chasing the place. You are the place. And when you stop clutching, the whole field opens wider.